Hey folks, today we're going to take a closer look at the most emotionally violent and horrific moments from the 8 passengers' vlogs. From this case, we can get a clear example of what exactly psychological warfare within a family unit looks like. Ruby Franke is obviously on the more extreme end of the spectrum of that, to the point we could almost call it psychological terrorism. This video is for educational purposes, and I must warn you in advance, there are some absolutely devastating moments. Although there was no apparent physical violence in the vlogs, the manipulative and narcissistic demands of Ruby are sure to leave a lasting effect on these children that they'll need to work out in therapy for years to come. Also, before we dive into it, pay close attention to how frequently Ruby's smiling and laughing into the camera. So very pleased with her new and inventive ways of tormenting these kids. Like she's getting a thrill out of exercising the control, and the viewer is her approving partner in crime.
Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry. And hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch.
Mom, can you give me some breakfast?
You don't need food.
I do.
Everything that comes into this house belongs to who?
Yeah.
Belongs to me.
Because I really won't get anything for summer. I won't be able to go anywhere. No, I don't have any friends. No iPads, no TV, nothing.
I cannot wait to hug them and to smell them and to lick them.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October. And they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then he walked out the door and I'm like, Russell, and he was like, what? And he's all happy. Has his sunglasses on.
Do you think it's funny? Because
and then I walk out.
if you think it's funny, then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
It was not funny.
Russell got the big bedroom and Chad got the smaller bedroom. And Russell's bigger bedroom also had a bathroom. But what you guys didn't know was Chad didn't get any room. He didn't get anything. He was sleeping on the floor in the family room. Abby, we took the phone away from Abby in November. And you may never get the phone back.
Probably not.
No, I have no friends.
You can play with friends.
No, like I don't have friends.
I don't have friends either.
I literally like told my friends I'm not hanging out with them anymore.
Because
They say some pretty messed up stuff.
I don't even know where they live. They're pretty far away.
So, summer goal, become the best athlete I possibly can.
We're gonna go see Despicable Me 3, but before we do, I'm gonna make sure these kids have something good to eat. So, Boston, get in line.
I'm first.
Everyone get in line. Here we go. You get back there.
So we're gonna go.
I love that I can talk to my nephews that way. Get in line. Now go back to the back of the line. Get in line. Now go back to the back of the line. I'm not mad at you. I think it's funny. It's okay. Julie took 5 boxes of mac and cheese and took the mix and made it look like orange juice. I am asking you to make lunch for the family. Hey, do it with a happy face. There you go. Thank you. Eve, jump in. Massage my back. Get rubbing. Okay, massage my back. Get scratching. Scratch my head. Come on, you gotta earn your keep. You don't get breakfast if you don't massage my back.
You're so mean.
Oh, okay. Get up there and scratch. I guess you don't get food today.
And I'll die. Yes, y'all die. I feel like Sherry thinks she's the mother of her siblings.
It's true.
It's really annoying.
I agree.
I do too. Like, and it's something I'm really working on. Like, I've been trying. Like, I've physically forced myself to not say anything, like, even if it bugs me.
Stop! Don't do that! What are you doing?
Is that on?
Yes!
So hold on, we got to do a little update here for a second.
I have therapy and I got kicked out of my school. Woo! Yeah.
Okay.
I have acne still.
Everybody's asking if you still have your phone taken away for the summer.
Yep, I do.
Yes.
Sadly.
And
It's not her fault, it's mine.
when will you learn, child?
Actions have consequences.
A lot of you guys say, oh, you shouldn't get mad at them for bad grades. They try their hardest. You, on the
I
other
did not
end,
try my hardest.
don't know that he
Cheated on a
tried
test.
his hardest.
Is that
He-
Sister Jensen?
So, no, I want to tell you this. No, listen. I talked to the principal of the school today.
Hey, passengers. Sorry, someone just yelled 8 passengers out the window. Little Japan, little back.
Okay, are you okay? Listen, I talked to the principal today, and
Did he accept me back?
no.
Okay, good.
Okay, let me get 5 words in before you start talking and flopping your yap. Okay, listen. I talked to the principal. He wanted me to tell you he loves you, and he was very sad to see that you weren't coming back. The reason you're not going back to that school is because you chose not to.
Yep. I really did not want to go
The
back.
agreement was you can come back if you're humble and if you really want to be here.
I really did not want to be there.
The honest truth is, he's not humble and he doesn't want to be there. So,
Look at that.
if you, listen, oh my gosh, listen. If you change your mind and you realize what you're missing out on and you humble yourself, you are welcome back to the school.
I really don't want to go back to that school.
I know. I'm just letting you know that that is an option.
Because I can be with these dudes.
But I do still expect you to be honest.
Responsible and humble.
We'll work on the humble. You still need to work on being humble.
Okie dokie.
I love you.
Thank you for joining our yoga session and our stretching session. I really hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Please subscribe, and I know you can't comment below, but please like the video, and I hope you learned something, and have a nice day. Go back to what you were doing after your call. No, not right there, Mom. Ow, Mom, stop.
To leave the house clean, and my kids are literally starving. I hesitate to say this because it's gonna sound like I'm like a mean barbarian, but I told the kids, I said, I'm not even gonna let you eat breakfast until you get your chores done. That was my motivating drive. It is my motivating drive for creating this content. I was a hugely disconnected, selfish, aggressive, neglectful mother. Entitled. I wanted my kids to be happy, which AKA translated into, I want my kids to get off my back. Because I want to do what I want to do. I want to be able to go to Target. I want to be able to shop. I want to be able to have a moment of silence where I can just think. It was all about me. And I made my kids responsible for that. And so I allowed them to have what they wanted. About a year ago, my daughter was saying her prayers. Eve, she was 6 years old at the time. And she was saying her prayers and she said the cutest thing. I thought it was so cute. And I started laughing. She said, "Dear Heavenly Father, please help me to survive." And I thought it was so cute and it just took me off guard and I kind of giggled a little. That was an experience for her and she melted. She melted. She was angry and she started crying. And we lived in a townhouse and there were a lot of stairs that went up to my bedroom and the family room was down a long flight of stairs. And I put my 2 children, my almost 6-year-old, she's probably 5, and then Chad, my 3, almost 4-year-old, on a couch, and I put on a movie. And I said, I am going to go lay down. Do not move from your couch. You got your blanket, you've gone to the bathroom, the doors were locked and bolted, and I said, I'm going to go lay down. I'm going to lay your sister down for a nap, the baby, and I'm going to go lay down. And when I come down, I will get some lunch for everybody, or a snack, or whatever it was. So they were fed, they were full, they were emptied, and so I thought, okay, everything's good. And I made it very clear. I said, do not, under any circumstance, go into the kitchen. Do not go into the kitchen. You just stay right there and watch the movie for an hour. And I went upstairs and laid down. And an hour later, I came downstairs and the movie was still going and they were sitting on the couch and they were cuddled in their blankets. I thought, oh, good. They did what they were told. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so relieved. Okay, so I went into the kitchen to start preparing some food. And as I walked on the floor, my feet went, they stuck. They stuck. I'm like, my foot is stuck to the floor. And as I lifted my foot up off the floor, it went, like you could hear the stickiness. I could hear it with my ears. I thought, oh my gosh, what is on this floor?
There's nothing to eat?
Yeah, I need to go to the store. Stop. Just stop.
It's true.
Just stop. No, that is not true. Can you see all the food going on in the kitchen today? I am going to the grocery store this afternoon.
Oh my goodness, let me finish. She's talking for me.
You told me that you don't eat breakfast, and then you don't eat lunch.
Let me talk. You asked a question, and then you all went and attacked me.
And there was a time, I'll find the photo. I had just had Russell, and Julie was just crying a lot and whiny, and one day I looked at her and I'm like, you just stink. She had like peed her pants or something, and it was just because she was being neglected, because I was totally paying attention to the new baby. And I thought, you know what?
Because I really won't get anything for summer. I won't be able to go anywhere. No, I don't have any friends. No iPads, no TV, no.
I have been full-time. You wonder where I've been on my vlogs? You wonder why I left YouTube? It's to save my kids. No amount of money. And I'm telling you, I was making millions. And I left it because my kids were being hurt. With entitlement, they were being hurt. With people's advice, and they didn't have a mother up the front saying, I don't care what the world's opinion is. This is the truth, and this is where I stand. And fortunately, I had a chance. I had them in my home long enough to do it, and I'm not going to lose them. They're seeing truth. They're accepting truth. They're loving truth. And so this is my passion, is to invite you to stand in truth and put your opinions to the side for a minute. Because your kids are the target of distortion. And I took another step and my foot stuck and went, like it was like just sticking on the floor. And I thought, what is this? So I did what any mother would do. You know what I'm going to say, young moms? I knelt down on the floor and I smelt it. And I couldn't quite tell. And I stuck my tongue out and I licked the floor. I'm like, oh. And I licked the floor. I'm like, this is pineapple juice. What in the world? How did pineapple juice get on the floor? And everywhere I walked, my foot stuck to the floor. And I thought, what? How? I'm trying to put the pieces together. Like, what happened? So I called my two kids and I said, come here. And they came over and I said, do you guys know why this floor is sticky? No, we don't know. And I said, this floor was absolutely clean before I went upstairs. I went upstairs for an hour and I came down and now it is covered. There is something that's going on, and one of you or both of you knows something and you're not telling me. And I'm going to stand here until you do.
I'm going to go get dressed for football.
You're going to have to go find your shorts. Oh, did you see the socks you threw at the side of the garden? And you are not going anywhere unless you pick up your junk. You've got crap strewn all around. Now, so you see, now I'm using bad language. That's how bad of a mood I'm in. You get your socks picked up and don't you leave your stuff out anymore.
Where?
Right over there. Run and go pick them up. And then give me 10 push-ups. Put them in your pocket so you can take them down to the hamper and drop and give me 10.
1.
Put your hands straight out. They're in. They're not supposed to be out. Shape your hands forward. There you go. 1, 2, down further. Bring your butt down. If you cut one more thing in my house, I'm going to take the scissors, look at me, and I'm going to cut its head off.
Grandma, you're so mad.
So what are you going to do?
Are you going to cut anything else? No.
You promise? Look at 2 days ago was preschool. Eve slept in. She's notorious for sleeping in. And she woke up and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to wake her up because every time I wake her up, she gets super grumpy and upset and I have to literally drag her and get her dressed. And she's old enough to do that herself. And she missed preschool. She slept in and she woke up and she's like, I'm ready to go to preschool. I said, you know what? Preschool's over. You slept through it. I'm sorry. And she's like, what? And I said, you need to get up and get ready if you're going to go to preschool because I'm not going to drag you out.
Can you give me some breakfast?
You don't need food.
Daddy.
Stop crying or I'm going to have you go upstairs and you won't have any breakfast.
Okay.
Oh, did you ruin your bag?
What kind of stain is it?
All right, Julie. The camera's rolling, so I can't get that mad. It helps keep me under control.
I do it every night.
I know.
If she sees it every night, she can never sleep.
And you thought you had to sneak it past me? Oh, honey, that's okay. Are you gonna cry?
She's laughing.
Oh, honey, I'm not gonna get mad at you for that. Oh, you can bring sprinkles. Like, instead of crying, you need to use words to tell me.
Because I was scared of you because you were being so mad. You got me even more crying.
My kids are not welcome to come live with me after they're 18. I am very straightforward about it. One comment once explaining how I expect our children to live out on their own outside of the house after they're 18 and after they've graduated from high school. I was accused of abuse. It's like, it's abuse to expect your children to be responsible.
To grow up and be productive adults.
You guys, it's crazy, ridiculous how people are so scared of responsibility. It really does freak me out just a little bit. It's where the entitlement has come in, and so many parents are scared to raise their teenage kids. So many parents are scared of their kids. Do not be scared of your kids.
Chad today has just entered the Anasazi Foundation Wilderness Therapy Program, where he's going to spend the next 8 to 10 weeks living in the
Anasazi Desert.
the desert mountains of Arizona. And he'll be with counselors and other youth that are trying to figure some things out. And it's reached a point where Chad needs to develop some very basic maturity and skills that he's going to need as an adult. And
This is a chance for like a reset, like a start over, like a do-over, like a fresh beginning.
yeah. So the idea is with wilderness therapy is if you can survive with these peers in the wilderness with nothing more than the clothes on your back and a couple of field supplies, then there's nothing in this world that you can't tackle.
They do not sleep in tents. They sleep on the bare ground, and
Whatever shelter they can
or
make.
if they can make a shelter, they can sleep in the shelter they make.
And my son said, I know why it's sticky. I said, oh, and why is that? Well, I thought I cleaned it up, but I guess I didn't. Him saying this in his, 3 or 4 year old vocabulary. He showed me that in the fridge there was a big Tupperware of pineapple with some juice in it. And he said, I went into the kitchen and I got the Tupperware of pineapple and I opened it to get some pineapple and it spilled and went everywhere. And I hurried and picked up all the pieces of pineapple. And then he showed me, he said, I got a paper towel and I cleaned up all of the mess and put the lid on and put it in the fridge so it.
Go win.
We are going to a movie, so go get on your shoes.
What is it? What?
Does it even matter? If someone asked me if I wanted to go to a movie, I wouldn't ask, what is it? Run and get your shoes or you're going to not go. Hurry. Everyone run. Hey, this is Ruby. I was wondering, is Brooke available to babysit?
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. What a good idea for spring break.
Mom, I'm really sorry.
Well, good. I will call her again. Tell her I will call her again.
Sure.
Okay, have fun.
She's
Uh-huh. Bye.
Okay. So I look to call
Babysitter's not available. I am not taking Eve, unless you come and give me a huge apology. You come give me a hug and you come say you're sorry.
I did.
No, again, where I can pay attention. It was not very thankful of you. I was excited and I told you to go get on your shoes and your jacket to see a movie. And you should say, okay, and be grateful. Instead of, well, what movie? Well, I don't know. Let me think about it. That's not very grateful, and I'm not going to take a girl who's not grateful. Can you show some more gratitude? Okay, give me a big hug.
I want to get out of this conversation.
Oh no, this is an uncomfortable conversation we must have.
Matt, are you angry at me?
Let's sit. I gave Julie a tongue lashing that will not ever be repeated nor recorded. Just use your imagination. It was bad. I am gonna say one nice thing, and that is you took your lashing very well. And I'm going to pretend that life is exactly how I want it. I am so upset. I am so angry. I could scream. And I had an appointment with the principal, and she had the assistant principal who never responded to me like he said he would. So she said, you know, what can I help you with today? And I said, I have a concern about the TikTok dances. And she said in the fall semester and in the spring semester, we need to have a performance. A flash mob is a great way to get it in. It's efficient. The kids love it. They have fun with it. And they are able to check off their performance for their grade. I said, my problem is the choice of songs. And she says, well, all the songs were approved by me. The teacher put together a list of songs and she gave them to me and I approved them. And I said, okay, so you approved this song that has all of these lyrics in it. And she says, well, we're not dancing to those lyrics. It's just a portion. And she says, I think it's really great because I actually really like it because Smiths used it in their commercial. It's part of pop culture. It's all over the place. And I said, so your standard, what you allow in your school is pop culture, what the kids really like and what shows up in commercials. That's your standard. Yes, that's what if it's agreeable to the public at large, then it's okay in the school. And I said, that's really disappointing. That is so disappointing because I would hope that the principal where my kids go to school, that the standard would be truth, that the standard would be principles, that the standard would be morality. And she says, well, what's moral for you isn't going to be moral for other parents. You know, you're complaining about this song, but I've got 30 other parents that just think it's wonderful. And I said, it's what's moral according to God. I said, I think if you put those lyrics out and told each parent what that song is, I think 100% of parents would agree that that's immoral. And she goes, well, yes, I agree. It's immoral too, but I'm only using this section. I said, do you hear the compartmentalizing? Do you hear that you're taking this immoral song and you're saying, but I'm going to take this section? And I said, even the section that's there is still seductive and lustful. I said, a 12-year-old, 13-year-old may not realize it, but you and I as women know that that's seductive. And I'm looking at the assistant principal who's a man and he's just got his head down like this.
It didn't look like there was anything wrong. Well, you as anybody older than 4 years old knows that if you have pineapple juice and you take a paper towel and you soak up the pineapple juice, you're not actually cleaning the pineapple juice. You're just making it look like there's no pineapple juice. And so I looked at him, and here's where the compassion comes in, and I hope that you can hear it. I said, that's a good thing that you told me that what you have done, and you didn't clean it up. You didn't actually clean it up, and that was dishonest. So I'm telling him the truth. You said you would not go into the kitchen, and you did. I told you under no circumstance are you to get off the couch, and you did. And I told you I would be feeding you as soon as I come down, and you felt entitled to go take. You felt entitled to take what was in the fridge and eat it. And then you made a mess. And then you tried hiding it by lying.
No way this is Ruby and Eve.
You say, okay.
It's just a baby.
But you still had to say, okay, Mom.
I just a baby.
We need you. We love you. We know what power exists inside you. And we want you to be here. So please, humble yourself. Become curious about what we're saying. If you start getting reactionary, stop yourself and say, stop. Jennifer, stop. Rachel, stop. What are they trying to say to me? What am I not hearing? Why am I want to fight them? That's your distortion. That's what comes up in me. Anytime I want to fight someone, I'm like, stop, Jody, stop. Why am I getting so reactionary here? Like, there's no threat here. There's no threat. What's going on? The threat that I say is not here, the real threat is inside me.
I commend you for making it to the end. It took a lot out of me just putting it together. And one can just imagine living that 24/7. The isolation, the withholding of food, the cruel and unusual punishments. With just these clips alone, I'm not sure how Ruby got away with this for so long. And we definitely need to learn from this and do better as a society. Every enforcement agency that had the opportunity to get involved and make this right should be ashamed of themselves. Please like and share this video to help spread the awareness, because we know this isn't just an isolated incident, and it's up to us to see the early warning signs and be more proactive than reactive. To be notified when I upload new videos, make sure to subscribe and click the little bell, and I will catch you on the flip side.